Hello, everybody. You're listening to Accounting Makes Sense, an MJ the Tutor podcast, and I'm your host, MJ. In this podcast, we are focused on helping accounting students all over the world by offering a quick warm-up on various accounting and business topics in hopes that this generates bigger discussions and conversations around them. In this episode, we're going to discuss another motivation theory, this time one that is created by Douglas McGregor. This theory is known as Theory X and Theory Y. The theory discusses contrasting management approaches towards affecting employees' productivity and job satisfaction, and the reasons why management chooses one or the other when dealing with specific situations and environments. So, as you may have gathered from the name of the theory, Theory X is different from Theory Y. You may remember some of the other motivation theories we've looked at in the past. In particular, one of the most popular motivation theories is Maslow's hierarchy of needs, which talks about the needs of the employees being fulfilled like rungs on a ladder. The basic needs are fulfilled first, and as each needs are fulfilled, the employee strives to achieve the next need until he or she gets to the top of the ladder, which is where self-actualization sits. Now, with Douglas McGregor's Theory X and Theory Y, he classifies that there are different types of employees, and therefore motivating these employees would also be different. Managers generally adopt either a Theory X management style or a Theory Y, depending on how they want to motivate their employees. Theory X exposes negative assumptions about the employees being motivated, and Theory Y promotes positive assumptions. To remember this, you can actually have a visualization of the letter X and letter Y. The letter X signifies sort of like a cross-arm pose, and Y signifies an open arm pose for a person. So that's why X is negative and Y is positive. But we'll deal with it a little bit more in the following paragraphs. The negative assumptions on Theory X refers to employees only working for the sole reason of self-interest. There is no higher desire aside from doing the job and earning the money. With Theory X, management believes that employees avoids responsibilities as much as possible and possesses little to no ambition. Now, whether this is the correct way to actually be thinking is another thing. Under this style, management generally takes a hands-on supervised approach managing people and performance, and they also use reward and punishment as a means to motivate the employees. So you get rewarded for doing things requested and you get punished if you fail. Of course, as you can imagine, when used harshly and strictly, this type of management style can create havoc because it can create a toxic and untrustworthy workforce where everybody is always finding fault with everyone and no one trusts anyone. Further, it could lead to hostile reactions like resentment towards each other and management. On the other hand, we have Theory Y, and as mentioned, Theory Y looks at the positive assumptions of the employees. Managers using a Theory Y style believe that employees are self-motivated, they love their work, and therefore strive to do better in it, with no big push from management. With this type of management style, there is not a lot of supervision happening. Employees direct themselves and take responsibility over their work. It's a little more touchy-feely, and in general, managers have more of a relationship with the employees under the Theory Y management style. It's on a deeper level, and it's more personal. So it creates a healthier environment within the workspace. You may think, well, this sounds totally bad. As mentioned, why would any manager use a Theory X management style then? And the truth is, there are some uses for this approach, and it is good for certain situations. In general, because of the hands-on and supervised way of managing people, Theory X is really good for producing a uniformed and systematic operation. So in my mind, I can see it working in a kind of assembly work where there is a workflow where materials come in and are used and worked on until it is molded and created into the final product. It goes through various steps and processes, and it has to be structured and very mechanical. And for all its goodness, Theory Y is not all roses. Because of the non-existence of direct supervision on this part, the limitation is that the quality of work might tend to be more subjective. It is up to the individual employee, and there is an argument that could be made that the quality of work for one employee might totally differ from the quality standard of another person. So this could be detrimental, especially if you're trying to strive for a consistent result, because it won't be consistent if you have two sets of standards for your quality of work. Anyway, that is it for me today. I hope you have found this episode useful and helpful. If you did, please do not forget to hit subscribe or follow to catch on the next episode. As always, I thank you for listening to Accounting Makes Sense. I am your host, MJ the Tutor. If you want to learn more tips and advice, you can visit the website at www.mjthetutor.com. Or if you want to connect through social media, I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter under the name MJ the Tutor. I hope to see you again next time. Ciao for now!